just had a salad and a glass of wine. So he took his food off the bill, and when the bill came, he goes, "You paying, right? Because I didn't get nothing."
This man said, "I didn't get nothing." He sat there, ate a whole thing of wings. And he said, "I didn't get nothing." How you gonna sit here in this girl's face and tell her you didn't get nothing knowing damn well you ate all the wings? What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to A Different Perspective, y'all. Man, so my homegirl Jessica Murphy posted a video on her Instagram story, and this has happened to her too, she claims. She claims she got a bunch of crazy date stories of men just doing wild things. And this woman right here has told a story that had me rolling, and I want to share with you guys. So we're about to check this out. Y'all boys, girls ready? I'm ready. Let's get it.
So one time, this boy asked me on a date, and he basically begged me to go with him out to eat. So I just went with him out to eat, whatever, because he was cool. I knew him already, like, from previous, like, meetups or whatever. So I go out to eat with him. He picks me up. We drive to this restaurant in Harlem that he claims is one of his favorite spots or whatever. So he orders wings. I get a salad and a glass of wine. He gets, like, water. He doesn't even get a drink. So the date was fine. It was cool. He finishes his wings. And when the waitress comes over, he's like, "Oh, can we get the bill? And can you take the wings off? Because they was nasty." So now I'm looking at him like, you ate them though. Like, he finished all the wings. Like, there was no chicken on the bones. Like, he finished them.
Yo, this man ate all the wings and over here talking about, yo, can you take them off? Shit, them wings was nasty. I ain't trying to pay for that. What is this dude up to, bro?
And I just had a salad and a glass of wine. So he took his food off the bill, and when the bill came, he goes, "You paying, right? Because I didn't get nothing."
This man said, "I didn't get nothing." He sat there, ate a whole thing of wings. And he said, "I didn't get nothing." How you gonna sit here in this girl's face and tell her you didn't get nothing knowing damn well you ate all the wings? Just because they took them off? Well, shit, that should mean that you have less of a bill to pay. But nah, she the only one that ate in your mind, so she should pay for her own food? Because that's the only thing that's on the bill? This dude is a whole scammer. He done ran this game before at this place, and he knew he can get away with it. I'm surprised they ain't caught on to him. This is crazy.
I
hate that they added this music on here. This junk is getting in the way and it's trash.
Like, yeah, I didn't even get nothing.
Make it hurt.
I paid the bill.
Make it hurt.
And he wanted me to, he had the nerve to want me to go back with him, to sleep with him. I'm like, take me home. And it wasn't even his car. It was his sister's car.
See, she said, "Yeah, I went on ahead and paid the bill." And he got a nerve to think that I was going to go back home and sleep with him. And it wasn't even his car, it was his sister's car. Sheesh. I mean, it amazes me, like, some of the dates that females go on and the things that be happening. The guys that they be realizing they be having. I'm like, damn, like, I can barely get a date. And females out here going out. Dudes are out here getting dates with females and effing it up this bad. This junk is so wild to me, man. Now I want to hear some more horrible date stories. Let's check out a few more.
Tell me a first date story when you realized they were not getting another date.
This guy took me to a fancy as fuck steakhouse, and we had filet mignon and terribly awkward conversation. When it comes time to pay the bill, he graciously offers to pay, takes out his wallet, pulls out a folded bill, unfolds it, puts it on the table, and slides it towards me with 2 fingers like this. Without thinking, I grab it, put it on the check, slide it towards the edge of the table so our server can pick it up. He goes, oh no, that bill's for you. I'm confused. I glance over at the bill again quickly. I see a Ben Franklin and I'm like, okay, Daddy. But I'm still really confused, so I very hesitantly pick up the bill. And do you want to know how rich I became? I became this rich, which is basically filthy rich in bullshit. He handed me a gospel bill. A gospel bill is a fake $1 million bill that has scripture on it that tells you to repent or go to hell. He looked at me dead in the eyes and said, that's the only cash I carry, which meant he had no money and I had to pay.
Tell me a first date story when you realized they were not getting another date. I'll go first.
Yo, why does
Oh boy, I have a story for this one. I was supposed to go on a date with this guy and he gave me an address and
It's
said we were
not
gonna go on a
pausing.
boat. And I looked up the
God, why wouldn't that mess pause, bro? What the freak is wrong with this mess? Yo, what in the world? Yo, fellas, y'all gotta stop. Y'all can get dates and then you pull a mess like this? Y'all are making it hard for men out here that's trying to get a date. They're struggling just to get a date. Because a female don't want to have her time wasted. When you do mess like that, you wasting her time. She should have known it was going to end bad with that horrible conversation that you gave her. You know what? I might have to tell some stories of bad dates that I went on. Because every bad date that I went on, the female messed it up. And it wasn't very many. I probably got 2 stories. The other ones just what, there's no attraction. There was no connection. So the interactions ended there. But I got a couple of bad date stories. Hell, I told y'all one of them already with my Karen date that I had went on earlier this year. Let's check out a couple of more of these. Now it won't play. Now it won't even play. Before it wouldn't stop, now it won't play. What's going on, cuz?
I have a story for this one. So I was supposed to go on a date with this guy and he gave me an address and said we were going to go out on a boat. And I looked up the address and it was just like a dock on the water. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. I'm going to meet him. And so I go and it turns out that actually there was a house there and Google Maps just didn't show it. So I showed up and on our first date, he walked out in a swimsuit and we went and met all of his friends. And then while we're out on the water, another boat comes up and he goes, oh, these are my parents. And it turned out that he lived with his parents and we were actually at his parents' house. And I had drank, so I had to stay there and I couldn't drive home. So I had to stay. And I actually ended up staying the night and then never leaving. I'm at his house right now. We've been together 9 months.
Did this woman really just sit here and act like she had an issue with that whole ordeal? Only to be like, oh yeah, we've been together 9 months now. We're perfectly happy. So what you thought was going to be a disaster date, you were so desperate for a man that you just decided to see where it was going to go and now y'all together? Is that what happened? That's what it sounded like happened. Because why else tell this story, right? We're going to check out a couple more. Maybe just one more.
We've been together 9 months.
Not getting another date. I'll go first. So we met on a dating app.
Had an awkward date with a guy who was acting really strange. Went to the bathroom to create a game plan in my head of how to get out of the date because I still want to be kind. Come back from the bathroom, sit down at the table, and he says, how do you know? And I said, how do I know what? And he said, how do you know I have demons? And I said, what? And he said, how do you know I have demons? He said, I didn't know I had demons until they just told me that you know that I have demons.
Yo! I would just get up and walk away right that moment. I wouldn't entertain that date for another second. Yo, it's so crazy. Dating sucks. Dating sucks. When you have to go on the first date with somebody, I feel like that's one of the most awkwardest things to do in the world, bro. I hate it. That's part of the reason why I stay single, because I'm always trying to avoid the first date. Because I don't never know what to do. I don't never know where to take no damn body. What I find that works best is if I have something going on, some type of event, or some type of thing that I just want to be doing, I'll invite a girl along for that. It takes so much pressure off of me. I'd be like, hey, yo, I'm trying to go do this thing. You want to tag along with me? So then that way I can have fun enjoying the thing that I enjoy doing, and this other person gets to experience it with me. Like, oh man, dating is weird, especially nowadays. It's worse than ever.
How did you know? Like for part 2, and I'll tell you how I got out of that.
I hope we get part 2 right now. Here we go.
Okay, so here's the beginning. I met this guy online. Of course, it was one of those times that I just wanted to give it a try one more time. I'm a really busy person. I'm in management, so
I'm a busy person too, and I keep trying it. I keep giving it tries, and it fails every single time. I hate online shit.
I decided.
Oh, come on. Why? Not again. Why? I just restarted the computer, act like it was acting right. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this.
To do online dating. Met this guy. Didn't meet yet. We started talking online. We decided to meet. He seemed pretty normal via text, but I think you can kind of like read out of your own filter. So you're like, oh, this is a funny joke, and he probably wasn't joking, you know? So anyway, he was about 40 minutes late to the restaurant. I was just about to leave, and he called and he asked me to wait for him. So I did. When he got to the restaurant, we got out to meet him, and he was all disheveled. Like his hair was all crazed, his clothes were all wrinkly, which is no big deal, but you know, it's kind of different. And he was really fidgety. Okay, I'm gonna have to do another one. so bear with me. We get inside, he's super fidgety, moving his hands a lot, looking really paranoid, looking around. We sit down, and one of the first things that he says to me is, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm in management. He goes, well, I play the markets for a living. I make tons of money. And I was like, all right, like, cool, good for you. Like, that's so exciting. And he was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I made, and then I think he said $400,000 in Bitcoin. He was like, just last night. He was like, I have $55,000 in a duffel bag in my closet just in case I need it.
What?
And I was like, okay. And he was like, what, you don't believe me? You don't believe me? Got super weird, logged into his account and like on his phone and like slid his phone across the table and was like, this is how much money I have currently. This is nothing. This is like, I can burn through this. I don't even care. I don't even care about money, but it runs everything. It ruins my life. It runs me. I control everything with money, and I control everyone around me with money.
What?
So I was like, ugh. All right, so he could tell I was starting to get really
I can't pause, y'all. I can't pause. Now it paused. What? Talk about creepy on a whole nother level. Who does stuff like that? He's leading with his money, but he's also letting it be known that he's a toxic person. He's letting it be known. Like, oh, what in the world? This dude has zero social skills. He don't know how to conduct himself around people, and obviously let alone women. Oh my God. Yo, women be going through it, man. Just play. Just play. This might be the last part. All I need you to do is play.
And he like thought it would help to change the subject and started to tell me how he's not been doing well. He doesn't have real contact with his family. He, allowed money to control everything. He's just in this constant chase for money. And so I was just like, oh, I actually, like, I don't do that. Like, I don't like, live to work. I work to live. Like, I love my people, my community. And he goes, 3 hours ago I was going to kill myself, but I'm so happy that I didn't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This dude needs some professional help. He seriously needs some professional help. See, this right here goes to show you, if he does have this money that he's proclaiming he has, this right here goes to show you how that money will do you no good if you don't get yourself together first. Most importantly, because what's money if this is your mentality? If this is where you are in your life, how you feel about yourself and your circumstance, what is money? Money is nothing. What good does it do you to have it? Get yourself together first. We're gonna play this with a different media player, see how it works.
Happy that I didn't because you're here now. And I was like, oh no. Like, and he was like just talking about how excited he was for the future now because he has a future. And even though he wanted to kill himself, here I am, a gift in front of him, kind of a thing. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, at this point, when he started to talk about how he didn't kill himself and he's glad he didn't because now he has this date with me, that's when I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom because I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get out of this, you know, as crazy and whatever he was going through. I also didn't want to be the cause of damage. So I was like, gosh,
Facts.
I'm not gonna, I need a clear.
And you see, you guys, that's another issue. And what she said made perfect sense. She's like, I don't want to be the cause of him, you know, potentially causing even more harm to himself, whether it be mentally or physically. That's why it's so important to make sure you do right by yourself before you try to step out there into the world with the hopes of potentially giving your heart to someone. It's something that I had to do. I thought about it earlier. I was like, damn, from 20 to 30, I was depressed and suicidal. But I knew well enough that had I tried to get into a relationship with anyone, not only would that have been a toxic situation for both them and me, but I could have done so much damage to someone's life because of how toxic and negative and hurt that I was. I was not happy with life. I didn't love myself. So how could I potentially give love or offer love to anyone else when I don't have it for myself? Work on you. Do right by you first before you try to put yourself out here. Because thinking that getting into a relationship is going to help you solve that issue, you couldn't be more wrong. If anything, it can make matters worse for you, and you could be potentially bringing someone else down with you. So think about it.
I need a clear moment to think so I can strategically leave and not harm him. So when I came back from the bathroom, that's when he asked me, how did you know? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? How do you know I have demons? That whole bit. And I instantly was like, oh no, like,
crazy.
What do you do? And so you don't know this about me, of course, but I actually grew up in church. I'm a pastor's kid. So this is not the first time I have experienced crazy and or somebody who needed help.
Yeah.
So it got worse.
Still going.
So I decided to not argue with him because
don't.
What good does that do?
Nope.
To argue with somebody who's not in a right frame of thinking?
That's right.
So I'll tell you this. I used to do this very cowardly thing when I was younger and I would date and things didn't work out. I would kind of blame things on God. Like being a pastor's kid, a lot of people knew that. So I would typically say like, God doesn't want me to date right now, or you know, I shouldn't. I'm gonna really concentrate on God, you know. And I would like totally lie about not dating. And I was like, this is
that's fascinating because I know a female that turned to God after trying to get past her audacious ways, and she used to do the same thing. She was like, oh, God told me I shouldn't. No. God didn't tell you that. Stop playing.
This is my go-to. This is actually what I'm going to do. He seems to have enough wherewithal to be like, there's evil and good and evil, you know? So I said to him, you know what? Like, yeah, I think actually you need help. I think you actually need a lot of help. And I think I'm not the one to give it to you. I don't think I can help you, but you do need help. Okay, sorry, these are so long. So I start to tell him that I think he needs help. And I start to say like, you know what? I think it's probably best that I go home. I have to work in the morning. It was really nice to meet you, but I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go home.
This woman was probably very scared, you know, to tell this guy that he needs help. See, this is another reason why it's so important to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly become, because I'm pretty sure she was terrified in this situation because she didn't know just who it was that she was dealing with. She can see by the way that he is exhibiting certain type of behaviors, and based upon the stuff that he was saying, that he wasn't well enough in the head. Who knows what he is capable of doing?
And he stands up with me and is like, no, like, I'll walk you to your car. And I actually decided to use some boundaries. And I said, actually, no, I'm going to go home now. I'm going to go to my car. I tried to keep my voice pretty even. I tried to talk a little bit slower, try to be soft. And I said,
and you hear, I'm so glad that she's putting emphasis on the way that she had to conduct herself with dealing with this guy, because all of that is important. You need to know how to act in certain situations. Had she been loud and irate, this dude could have easily masked who he was to put her in a dangerous position. It's very good what she's doing.
What, I'm gonna pay for my own drinks, and thanks for meeting with me. I hope you get the help you need. And I went to pay my tab and was walking out the door, and like an idiot.
Pause. Even for her to say, hey, I'm going to pay for my own drinks, that is putting herself in a position to where she's not owing him anything. Because a guy like him, with where his mind is, he could be like, hey, you owe me. We got to do this again sometime. And he could apply so much pressure to the point where he can become a stalker. She doesn't know who she's dealing with. She's trying to protect herself from what could be. She's doing good.
I unlocked my car with my key fob, and it lit up my lights and unlocked all of my doors.
Eesh.
Okay, the reason that I call myself an idiot was because I was just so flustered and so nervous. I just wanted to get to my car.
Yeah.
And so with the key fob in my hand and I unlocked the car door, it was because so that I could get to my car and just jump in my car.
Right.
But what I didn't realize was that he like rushed out of the restaurant behind
Whoa.
me and ran to my vehicle and got in my car and like got in the passenger's side of my car. And I was in my car, like how he like ran past me as I was getting in my car, got in my car with me, and then wouldn't leave.
Oh my
So
God.
I didn't know what to do, and he just kept saying like, I think you should help me. I think you're the one to help me. I think they told me that you could help me. The demon said that you were the one that could help me. And
you listening to the demons. Demons ain't... Last I checked, demons ain't trying to get you to get help from people that's going to put you on the right path. Woo! Look, this man needs some help.
I need your help, so I'm not leaving until you help me.
Oh.
Okay, not to get all spiritual on you guys, but there is a scripture that says a quiet answer turns away wrath. And that was the only thing that I could think of this whole entire time, was like, hey, just be quiet. Just like speak softly. Like I was in such close quarters with him in my car. I was afraid to freak out because I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yes.
And so I did what I thought was the best thing to do. And I was like, he obviously wants help. He's obviously afraid of demons. So the thing that's going to like get him to get out is if I use God as a reason. So I just started to say to him, you need help, but I'm not God. God can help you. Like God can help you. There are professionals that can help you. There are churches that can help you, but I can't help you. Only God can help you and these professionals. And I was repeating it over and over. God can help you. I can't help you, but God can help you, over and over and over again. So this conversation of every time he said, I have demons and I need help and I want to hurt myself, I would say, I wish I could help you. I can't, but you do need help, and there are people that can help you. And I sounded just like a broken record over and over and over again. And he looked at me and he said, I actually was coming here with the intention to harm you tonight.
Woo!
And I was like,
no way. He admitted. See, look, I don't even want to internet date no more. I've been on one date from the internet from like Plenty of Fish years ago, and that was like the only date I've ever been on from these dating websites or these dating apps. I never want to do it again. I never want to do it again. This is crazy. This man admitted to wanting to harm this woman.
God, this is it. And so I just decided to like matches crazy with my like spiritual crazy, and was like, you know what? Like, Jesus is the answer for you. Like, you need to find Jesus. I just started to like point out all of these things of just like what like a grandma would say, like a Christian grandma, like, you need Jesus, baby. Like, you need help. You need Jesus. And so finally, I just kept saying, you need help. I can't help you. I have to leave. People are going to know I'm gone. People are going to know I'm missing. My roommates know I'm gone. And so he started to question if that was true, if people knew I was meeting him. And I said, absolutely. My roommates know that you and I are meeting, which isn't true at all. My roommates were like not around. But
see, and that's the thing though, ladies, if you are out here actively dating, whether it's internet dating or somebody that you've met or somebody that you know, always let somebody, a few people that's close to you, know who you're with. Show them a picture of that person and let them know where you're supposed to be at with that person. Always. Every single time. Fellas, I would even recommend you doing it as well. Because you never know. You never know who you may be dealing with out here.
I just said they'll know I'm gone. I have to work in the morning. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And he kind of thought about it for a second, and he opened the door and got out. And I immediately locked the doors.
Yeah.
I watched him walk to his car and got in his car and drive away. And I sat there for a good 2 minutes and waited for him to leave so that I could leave. I paid attention to what kind of car he had, and
Smart.
I hightailed it home. I also received an onslaught of crazy text messages that I have screenshot and saved that I will put up on the screen if you guys are interested to read it. It's nonsense and insanity, and I blocked his number.
Oh, damn, why? We don't need music to read. Don't do that, Bess. There we go. Block me, you're a beautiful woman. I'm pure evil. I was literally on the dark web about to use money to get rid of people I don't like. I'm sure Satan has my soul controlled. I'm sorry, you're a beautiful woman. You know I'm pure evil. Good night. I'm sorry. No, whatever the heck he said. Have to see that. Don't let it mess with you. Wow, what? If that's the first time you've seen something like that, I'm sorry. You don't need to come near me. What? He said the reason why he was late to the meeting up with her on this date is because he was about to pay someone to take out people in his family. This is crazy. That's why I was late. You know anybody that has any type of experience with removing demons, please give them my number. I enjoy life. I like hope. I enjoy life. I like hope and love. What? He's not even saying real words. If I can get... He ain't even writing. He can't even spell right. What? I can't. This dude, I'm not reading no more. I can't. What is he saying? See, I don't like that people get put into these dangerous situations just trying to look for love and seek love. It's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in, but I would advise people to have some sort of protection, especially in your car. She need to have a knife in her car, a taser in her car, a registered gun, something to protect herself, and have it to where she can get easy access to it on her driver's side and be in the discreet enough location to where a would-be intruder wouldn't be able to know or even insinuate that that weapon is there. Wow. But man, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. Y'all know what time it is. Like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, you can follow your boy on the gram and Twitter at Artie Kicks, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. See ya.